Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to give you the last piece of information you need to really get out here and win the spring major tournament. So what I'm going to do today on this video only is show you how to get hole-in-ones on each par 3 in the tournament. Now, this is very rare to where each one of the par 3s can pretty easily be hole-in-one. So I'm going to show you some replays of how to do it. If you find this helpful, then please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. But, grab yourself a pen, grab yourself a notebook, or, I don't know, some Post-its. And I'm going to have you write down exactly what you need to do to knock out these par 3s. So let's go ahead and hop right into the replays. All right, so first off, I'm going to show you a couple replays of hole number 2. All right, so here's what you need to know about hole number 2. So here's what you're going to write down if you're taking notes. So you're going to have a sniper, and you're going to have a kingmaker. All right. We're playing this one at 10% elevation at mid-distance of our club. You can actually play this 1-to-1. So whatever the wind is, like in this example, we have 5.1 miles an hour. You can move your rings 5.1 rings. That's completely fine. What you need to know is going to be the spin adjustments. So let me pause it here when I show you the spin adjustments that you're looking for. Okay. This is exactly how you want it to look. You want about a half of a bar of backspin no matter what the wind is. The half a bar is always going to be consistent. And then you're going to use left spin to get yourself aimed directly into the hole, just like we are right now. Now, you'll see me mess around with the spin a little bit after this, but this is exactly what you want to do. All right, that's perfect. All right, now I want you to notice where my yellow ring is. I have the yellow ring right there on the edge of the rough line. So what I do first is I go yellow ring on the edge of the rough line, and then I adjust my spin. Let's get back to where we were. Sorry about that. All right, now from there, I'm going to pull my rings. Now, this is what's most important when you go to pull the rings. This is what you have to know. You see the wind arrow right here? You have to have the wind arrow blowing exactly north with an 11:59 pull angle. If you don't know what pull angle is, here's what it means. When I go back to watch live footage here in a second, or when I hit play, watch how the needle goes north to right, then north to left, okay? It doesn't always just stay exactly north. Like when you start to move the screen around, it's not like it pauses the needle. The needle will still move. What you want to do is make sure it's exactly north, but also ticking to the left a little bit. That's called an 11:59 pull angle. It's like reading a clock, all right? The arrow would be 11:59 time-wise. If you don't do that, you will miss his shot right, even though you're aimed into the hole. So you need to find that where it goes from exactly north to left. So you saw that right there. And then you take your shot, and then you're golden. So now let's just show it to you. I don't know why it cut off my video. But regardless, I've got it here a couple times. So here's everything live. So this time 5.9 miles an hour wind. But notice the yellow ring. Notice we spin. So I always do yellow ring first. And then I adjust my spin to go into the hole. In this example, I'm going to move it 5.9 rings. So you see just a little bit of backspin, about 3 bars of left spin. We take the shot. We make sure our pull angle is north to left, like it is right here. And we have a good roll for a hole-in-one. Now we can show it to you here again. I've hit this shot numerous times. So this one we're getting about a 1 mile per hour less wind. So we had 5.9 last time. This time we have 5.0. But you'll notice again, yellow ring at the rough. And then from there, I'm just adjusting spin. You see just a little bit of backspin. And we're going to do the left spin directly into the hole. So 5.0 mile per hour wind. We're going to pull this exactly 5 rings. We're making sure we get a north wind push, north to left, 11:59 pull angle. That's key. We hit a perfect shot. And we're in the cup. That is how you get a hole-in-one on hole number 2. All right, let's hop into hole number 4. So here's what we're doing on hole number 4. This is what you're going to want to write down. If you have a Goliath 7 or 8, you want to do 5.5 top spin. All right, 5.5 top spin, and then you're going to apply as much left spin as possible as long as you keep the 5.5 top spin in effect. Then from there, you're going to line your shot up. You're going to do a rough bump. You're going to play this 20% elevation at max distance of your Goliath. So even though we're not at exactly max, you're still going to play at max distance. And then you're going to use a technique that's called offsetting, which means we are purposely going to put our ball guideline to the left of the hole. And we're going to do it about 1.1 squares, which I'm going to zoom in and show you. So just to recap, 5.5 top, as much left spin as possible, 20% elevation, max distance of your Goliath, and then you're going to offset to the left of the cup, about 1.1 green squares, and you'll see that here. So you saw the spin. All right. Now you see me lining my shot up. I have a little bit of the yellow ring outside the rough line. So like 1/4 of the yellow ring is on the fairway. And then look at this green squares. You see how we have a dark green square, then a light green square? We're putting the tip of our ball guideline just into that light green square. All right, so we're offsetting to the left. And then, like I said, 20% elevation at max distance of your Goliath. Pull your rings. And there it is. All right, so let's watch it one more time, just so everybody has it down. Remember, 5.5 top, and then as much left spin as possible. So right there, we're going to pause it. That's going to be your spin adjustment. 5.5 top, 5.5 left. That's going to be very consistent. 5.5 top, 5.5 left. Aim to the left of the hole, about 1.1 green squares. So just where it starts to turn to a light green. %, elevation, and you're in the hole. All right. Now let's go to the toughest hole-in-one in a tournament, but I've got this one figured out, everybody. Now you can do this 2 ways, and it's going to be very important that you listen to this one, because you can be a disaster if you don't hit this right. You want to use a Power 1 ball. Okay, so whether that's a Navigator or whether that's any other Power 1 ball, that's what you want to use to start off with. I'm using a money ball, all right? I don't typically do that too many times in a pro tournament, But this is a major. I've got them, so I want to try to get a little bit of an advantage and try to win it. I'm using a Win 5 Power 1 ball, but any Power 1 ball will do. And you're going to use your quarterback. And the reason that you want to use a Power 1 ball and not something like a Katana, which is Power 2, is because if you do that, you won't be able to do the rough bump with your quarterback. So here's what we're going to do. All right. So this is step one. Step one is to apply 5 bars of backspin right off the bat and then line up your shot into the hole. Okay, notice how I've applied 5 bars of backspin and I have my shot directly lined up to the hole. Now you will see here I have hardly any room for air, which makes this a very dangerous shot. Right now my ball guideline is through the pin. If I were to take my shot, even if I make the right adjustment, so even if I do minimum distance of my quarterback, and we are playing this 0% elevation, if I take this shot right now, I will miss significantly to the right, even though we have the wind pushing to the left, right? So on this particular hole, after the ball bounces, the green rolls to the right. So what we're going to do after we do this step, and remember the first step was 5 backspin and then aim into the hole. What we're going to do now is add 1.5 bars of left side spin. So 5 back, that stays. Now we add the left side spin. Okay, notice my ball guideline is nowhere close to the hole. I'm going to take my shot here. Now here's what you have to know. If you hit this ball perfect, it's going in the hole every single time. If you hit it great right, you are okay. What you do not want to do is hit great left. If you hit a great left, you're going to miss the rough entirely. You're going to have a strong bounce onto the fairway, and you're going to shoot into the sand. And then you'll have to chip in to save your birdie. But we're pulling at absolute minimum distance. And look at the rough line here. I mean, it is unforgiving. I am right on the end of the rough. So you see this one's 3.4 miles an hour. Right into the hole. All right, so let's show you another one. So this one we have way more wind. Last time was 3.2. This time we have 4.5. Remember, step one is 5 backspin. Once you get to your quarterback, 5 backspin. No side spin. Aim directly into the hole. Now apply your left side spin. Notice my ball guideline is nowhere close to the hole. That does not matter at this point. From here, you're adjusting 0% elevation at minimum distance of your quarterback. And the wind doesn't matter. As long as you hit perfect, you're in the cup. Now, the only time I've missed this shot, once I have the adjustments figured out, is when I hit a great right. But no matter the wind, I've hit it every time. All right, guys, that's it. So like I said, if you like